I'm Dr. Robert Ferreira. On behalf of my partner, Dr. Leo Vieira, and myself, welcome to Trinity Relief. This video is an introduction to medical marijuana. It is by no means a comprehensive video, but it will give you the basics you need to succeed and build upon. In Florida, medical marijuana is managed through two offices, the Office of Medical Marijuana Use and the Medical Marijuana Use Registry. The Department of Health charges a $77.75 fee to be a member within that registry. That membership is good for 1 year. A certification is when a qualified physician certifies you meet criteria for medical marijuana in the state of Florida. By Florida law, this certification must be renewed every 7 months. As of 2016, medical marijuana became legal in the state of Florida. However, it remains illegal at the federal level. This means your medical marijuana products cannot cross state lines, even if you're going to a state where medical marijuana is also legal. It is illegal to drive under the influence of medical marijuana, just like it is illegal under the influence of alcohol or other controlled substances. It is legal to possess medical marijuana products in public. It is illegal to use them in public. If you are in possession, make sure you have your medical marijuana ID card with you, and your medical marijuana products are in the original packaging from the dispensary. It is illegal to share your medical marijuana products with anyone, even with people who are also certified in the state of Florida to use medical marijuana. Lastly, if law enforcement requests to see your medical marijuana ID card, you are legally obligated to show them. Now let's talk about medical marijuana itself. We don't know everything there is to know about the marijuana plant, but the two most studied chemicals are cannabidiol, CBD, and tetrahydrocannabinol, THC. These chemicals have similar properties. They can both reduce inflammation and pain, improve sleep, reduce anxiety, and many other benefits. The main difference between them is THC is responsible for the psychoactive effect of marijuana. In other words, THC causes the high. CBD does not. What I'm about to tell you may be the most important part of this video. CBD blocks the high caused by THC. This is how patients can use medical marijuana during the day and not be impaired. In order for CBD to do this, the dose of CBD needs to be 3 to 5 times higher than the dose of THC. There are over 200 hybrids of the marijuana plant, and they're divided into 3 basic categories: indicas, sativas, and hybrids. Then we also have blends, and we'll talk about each. Indicas are generally thought to be more calming, relaxing, sedating, better for nighttime use. At the other end of the spectrum, sativas are considered to be more uplifting, energizing, better for daytime use. Incidentally, if you are using medical marijuana to treat anxiety or bipolar disorder, you should avoid sativa-dominant hybrids, as they may cause or worsen anxiety. The next category is hybrids. A hybrid is simply a mix between an indica and a sativa, but just saying hybrid doesn't give you the whole story. For example, you could have a 90% indica, 10% sativa hybrid that will act mostly like an indica. In contrast, you could have a 90% sativa, 10% indica that will act mostly like a sativa. Technically, they are both hybrids, but their effects will be very different. Blends are simply a mixture of CBD and THC in a specific ratio, 1:1, 1:4, 1:9. It depends which dispensary you go to. The first number represents CBD. The second number is THC. So a 1:4 blend would be 1 part CBD, 4 parts THC. Now I'd like to talk to you about some of the forms of medical marijuana that can be found at our local dispensaries. There are 4 main formulations: smokable flower, oral preparations, inhalation such as vapes, and topical creams and patches. A 5th, less commonly used form is rectal suppositories. Different forms of medical marijuana have their own characteristics and properties. These are based on how quickly they start working and how long they will last in your system. Generally speaking, anything you inhale, be it vape or smokable flower, will usually start to work within 10 to 15 minutes, and the effects will last 2 to 3 hours. On the other hand, oral forms such as edibles, capsules, oils, and tinctures will take 60 to 90 minutes to start working, and their effects will last 6 to 10 hours depending on the person. The different forms of cannabis you choose to use is a matter of personal preference. Generally speaking, if you need relief from your symptoms quickly, such as a panic attack or a migraine headache, An inhaled form is desirable because of its quick onset of action. On the other hand, if you're trying to control more persistent long-term symptoms, an oral form is more desirable because it can give you lasting relief of your symptoms for several hours. The choice of different forms of medical marijuana is usually dictated by the patient, personal preference, and what they're trying to achieve. The key is for each individual patient to find the form and dose that works effectively for them. Every patient is different. A good example of this is insomnia. Some patients have difficulty falling asleep, but once they're asleep, they're fine. In these instances, using an inhaled form such as flower or vape to help induce sleep is indicated. Other patients can fall asleep but can't stay asleep, waking up multiple times during the night. For them, an oral form such as a tincture or gummy right before they go to bed will help them stay asleep throughout the night. For patients that have both trouble falling asleep and staying asleep, we would recommend both an oral and inhaled form. The inhaled form will help to induce sleep, and the oral form will aid in keeping you asleep. In summary, the use of different forms of marijuana should be tailored to the patient's needs and preferences. There is no right or wrong way to use medical marijuana. There is just an ideal way for you to use it. Now, I'd like to talk to you about CBD. CBD comes as an isolate and as a full spectrum. An isolate means that it is pure CBD, there's no THC in it. Full spectrum means it has no more than 0.3% of THC in it. But remember, CBD and THC make each other work better, so full spectrum does work better. Doses vary, but a good place to start is 15 to 20 milligrams twice a day. CBD is a wonderful supplement, but we have learned about half of all CBD over the counter is not real. CBD is not regulated by the FDA, so manufacturers don't have to follow any guidelines. I also want to point out that hemp seed oil or hemp seed extract does not necessarily have any CBD in it. A good example of this is Amazon. If you search on Amazon, there are literally hundreds of hemp products, but CBD is a restricted product on Amazon, and you can check this yourself. Just Google the phrase, "Is CBD a restricted product on Amazon?" and you'll get your answer. So don't get your CBD from Amazon. These products look, smell, and taste just like CBD, so the only way for the consumer to know if they are getting real product is to see something called a certificate of analysis. Legitimate companies send samples from each batch of CBD to a third-party lab to be tested. The lab will then send back a certificate showing that CBD is actually in the product. If you are trying to buy CBD and the vendor can't or won't show you the certificate of analysis, don't bother. We use a company called thecbdistillery.com. We chose this company because every product has a QR code, and when you scan this with your cell phone camera, it will lead you to the certificate of analysis for that specific batch of CBD, so you always know you're getting real product. We sell our products for the same price as online, we don't mark up our products, and of course, there's no shipping charge when you purchase it in our office. Now, as a courtesy, we will enroll you into Florida's Medical Marijuana Use Registry. In order to do this, there are several pieces of information that the state requires: your social security number, your approximate weight, your driver's license information, and a credit card in order to pay the $77.75 enrollment fee to the state of Florida on your behalf. We usually get approval the same day for our in-state residents. In most cases, you can visit the dispensary the next day after your appointment. Your card will come by mail to your house within 7 to 10 business days. You will get an email upon approval that will serve as your temporary card until your ID card arrives in the mail. When you come to your appointment, you will receive a Trinity Releaf folder with some useful information, including information on dispensary discounts and instructions on how to log in to the Medical Marijuana Use Registry. Thanks for watching this video. If you are feeling overwhelmed with all the information in this video, don't worry, you are not alone. Medical marijuana is a whole new way of treating chronic medical conditions. We are here to help you find an ideal treatment regimen that will help you achieve a better quality of life in a natural, safe, legal, and effective manner.